How will you sum up the day two of India versus England's second test match? Well, it can be called Boom Day, or it can also be called the Bumrah Day, because what Jasprit Bumrah has done is actually incredible and exceptional. The way he bowled, the way he took wickets is totally magnificent. Well, we'll talk about Jasprit Bumrah in this video in detail, but before that, let me tell you that Jasprit Bumrah helped India to take a comfortable lead in the second test match on day two, and that is because of his 6 wickets. Yes, you heard me right, he took a 6 for, and names of all the big batters, Joe Root,
Exactly.
Ollie Pope, Ben Stokes, Bairstow, Tom Hartley, and
Jimmy
James
Anderson.
Well, it
Amazing
was
stuff.
exactly amazing. Bansal helped me understand the style of each and every wicket. Let's start with Joe
Okay.
Root's dismissal.
Okay. So to start with what you asked, to sum up the day, I would say baseball boomboozled.
Yeah.
And now each and every wicket were amazing. Joe Root, Ollie Pope obviously was the best, undoubtedly. But
That
all-
Yorker is
yeah.
one of the best Yorkers that you will ever see in cricket.
Undoubtedly one of the best deliveries I've ever seen. Like after that ball, we can say that Bumrah is the master of Yorkers.
Absolutely.
Undisputed master of Yorkers. But to talk about Joe Root, to talk about Ollie Pope, or to talk about Jonny Bairstow as well, the ball was not getting as much movement as you would expect on
Yeah.
some other tracks, on
Yeah.
say England or Australian tracks or on South African tracks. But the way Bumrah maintained his line and length and got the batters to edge those deliveries, especially Root and Bairstow, was quite amazing.
Yeah.
And then when he was able to get the reverse swing, you saw the way he dismissed Ben Stokes.
Yeah.
So it was just amazing
Yeah.
to see. And to see this kind of bowling on Indian track,
Yes.
on a track that seemed like
The spinner friendly.
spinner friendly and more so batting friendly, because on the first day people were saying that 336 is not a good score.
Exactly.
And then to come and take 6 wickets on such a track is
Yeah.
simply amazing.
Yeah. And you know what all happened on day one? India made 336 runs, and as Bansal said that India didn't post a lot of runs on day one. And on day two as well, they just bundled out for 396, and everybody was saying that
Right.
they are short of around 60-70 runs, or for that matter 50 runs, because India must have reached that
450
run mark the way Yashasvi Jaiswal was batting. But all those discussions have now been put to rest, because the way India are in this test match, it seems that it's even Stevens. I won't say that India have an upper hand in this test match, because we all saw what happened in the first test match. India had that lead, and even then England managed to win the first test. So it's an even Stevens situation right now. But yes, India do have a slight edge right now, because they got
Yes.
some 140 run lead after the end of England's first innings. But what's more interesting here, the way Bumrah has helped this team to reach to this situation, because Mukesh Kumar didn't bring in a lot of
Right,
stuff to
right.
the team, and it was only Kuldeep Yadav. To our surprise, or might say to our shock, Ravichandran Ashwin went
Didn't get
wicketless.
any wicket.
Yes, and that was actually quite surprising. So Jasprit Bumrah did the work, and Ben Stokes' wicket must be very special for Jasprit Bumrah. One, because of the style of the way Stokes got out, and another fact is that he completed 150 test wickets, and he's the second fastest bowler to complete 150 wickets. I'll just tell you the stats. It's his 34th test
It is
match.
his 34th test,
Yeah.
and he's the fastest Indian to reach
Yeah,
that.
fastest Indian, but in front of him there is only one bowler, and that's none other than a Pakistani bowler, just taken 27 tests to do that. But it must be a special wicket for him, 150 test wickets, and
Right.
that also you do in just 34 test matches. Now, Bansal, whenever we talk about Bumrah, he always breaks a lot of records. What is up with him? What he feeds on?
It's hard to say what he feeds on, but what I feed on, I try to feed on stats and numbers. So I'll try to tell one interesting number. So Bumrah dismissed Ollie Pope, Joe Root, Ben Stokes, and Jonny Bairstow. That is number 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
So last time a fast bowler did something like this in India was way back in 1983, when Kapil Dev dismissed number 3, 4, 5, and 6 against West Indies.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
so
this is such an interesting fact.
almost after 40 years,
Yes.
this thing is getting repeated.
you're saying that after 83, this has happened in 2024.
Right.
And oh my god, this is something really very exceptional. And you see the style of all the wickets, especially I can't get my head out of that Yorker, because it's one of the kind Yorkers that you'll ever see in test cricket or in any format of the cricket. Oli Pope had no answers to that ball. Also, Ben Stokes didn't have any answer to that ball.
Absolutely, and Ben Stokes' reaction there showed it all. Like,
Yeah.
he was just
He was
clueless.
clueless. Yeah, he was absolutely clueless. Well, Jasprit Bumrah has been just magnificent. And that is why it's often said that India are unbeatable on their home ground. Why? Because when one wicket falls, the collapse begins. And here also we saw that. And generally what happens is that the visiting teams don't have answers to one or two of the bowlers who try to create magic. And in
True.
this case, it's been Jasprit Bumrah. Bumrah created the magic, and the English side had no answers what to do in such kind of a situation. It was a good batting pitch, and England in fact started off really well, Bansal. The way
Yeah.
Ben Duckett and Crawley were
True.
batting.
They actually started well. They had some 50 runs in 8 or 9 overs. So I was thinking that they will once again
Yeah.
take away the game from us, score swiftly, maybe get first innings lead if they
Yeah.
bet deeper. But then Bumrah did what he did.
Yes. And all credit goes to Jasprit Bumrah, and Bumrah actually slowed down that pace magic of the other side. Because, and why I'm saying this pace magic, because of the pace, at the pace with which England batters bat, they don't,
True.
they don't go slow after the shots. They're very aggressive and they're very pacey in terms of going for fours and sixes. But Jasprit Bumrah slowed it all down with his length and with his Yorkers, and he's done the job for Team India. Now, what is left for Jasprit Bumrah? After Jasprit Bumrah, what is left in this team?
And there is still so much to do in this game as well, and for Bumrah as well. So many more things to come, so many things to achieve so far. Like this
The
is not
batting?
only one
You
of
want
his.
to say batting?
No, I think he can get a 10 for someday with the ball as well.
Oh. Well, we'll see what will happen in this test match. For now, it's Indian batters' time, because a lot depends on Indian batters. Will they keep Indian bowlers to rest on day 3 or not? That's something to
Yeah.
discuss and to talk about, because it's very important for Indian batters to bat long and bat and add more numbers to their score. Well, we'll see what will happen on day 3. That's it for day 2, and why I'm summing up day 2 in a way, because it's been just a boom day.